Hello, hello. Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 17, episode 7, Dynasty, Diamonds, and Drama. Now, I know it's a whole bunch of back and forth stuff going on the Twitter and the blogs and stuff between Portia and K. Michelle, but let me watch this episode first, and then, I'll see what's going on. Because I'm like, what? Is this episode really that exciting? Okay, so starting off where we left off, the whole back and forth between Portia and Kelly about, oh, you tried to scissor me and all this stuff. So Portia explains that I guess whenever they went to Miami, she was in the bathroom, doing a little, freshening up, and Kelly just happened to walk past and just to see, happened to see it. She's like, oh snap, I want some of that. And so she like, yeah, she said to Shamia. They flash over to Shamia. She's like, I don't remember her saying nothing like that, but okay. And Portia goes on to say, yeah, then we get in the elevator, and she's like, yeah, girl, I want to come. I want to go with you, and and do we believe her? I don't know, because she already told the story about the married man, and do we believe that? Right. So of course this Kelly, I ain't want to do now. I want to sleep with you, yo, thinking that blah 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 blah, back and forth, back and forth, and then somehow, because you can't really be too serious with these girls, they flip the script and start talking about toys, like, oh, the rose, and and I couldn't really. What kind of argument was that? And mind you, I meant to mention this last episode when Kelly tried to out Portia about sleeping with R. Kelly. K. Michelle was sitting there. Don't you know that K. Michelle was with R. Kelly too? So who was you trying to put on blast here? And it ain't really on blast because she wrote a book that we already know about the shit. Okay, so we go to dinner, and we start off with Pinky automatically getting sick. So she in the bathroom, handling her scandal. I guess it was the tequila. She vegan. She probably really hasn't eaten pretty much a lot here being with this group. So, yeah, she got to go handle that while the ladies are sitting here eating and discussing. The main thing I guess we can take from this table setting was Portia. Somebody ordered oysters, and when they get them, she says, hold on. Let me check them first. So this is weird, because what you need to check the food for? So she looking, and she like, okay, all the vaginas is clean. And they like, huh, what? Huh? Oh, well, maybe except for one. And K. Michelle's sitting right next to her, and she looking at her like, what the hell is this? Like, her face just turned all the way up, which everybody else's did too, because they like, what? We don't understand what's going on with you and the oysters, but fine. We kind of blow over it just a little bit and move on to K. Michelle. She mentions, I can't remember which one. Her or Portia bought in something about like bringing things to the group. Is this a safe space? Which I think that probably was K. Michelle's side. And she was saying that for her, it's not a safe space for her to discuss things with the ladies because they just be fighting all the time. And for her, she just kind of scared of all of it. If you like, I don't even know really why she came on this show, because we watch it. If you watch the show, that's kind of what the point is. A little bit of us to get a little bit of drama, and in order to get that drama, we gotta listen to them argue with each other. So that's what you're gonna have to do too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gotta do it a lot, but you're gonna have to get in the paint maybe once or twice, right? Fine. And this ain't, and it's all word fighting. You don't do no hitting. Stay away from Portia and Shamia. But other than that, and maybe Cynthia, because she did catch Portia with the foot, but he has to hear nor there. That's probably the only one that they really be fighting on. But anyway, it goes into Kelly butting in to say, I guess just for her, that whole discussion on the bus, like that thing between her and Portia, like at least for her, she's just gonna keep wherever her and Portia at, like right now. Portia trying to apologize and say, well, I'll take all that stuff back because I don't want to be like that. Like, we reevaluating ourselves just a little bit. Like, do I want to be that girl? No. So I'm going to try to be, I guess, nicer to you, and we'll just be cordial. And that's just where it's going to be for now until they can find some type of happy medium for them to build a friendship with each other, right? Which probably won't happen until her and Shamia get back together. Then Drew asked K. Michelle about like how she was feeling. And K. Michelle starts with, well, I guess we'll start with you, Drew, because you keep you brought up black. And, you know, I'm a married woman and I don't want people to think that I'm trying to do something with this man or this man trying to do something with me, because he be in my DMs, okay, trying to, like, in my pound cakes that I be baking. I don't be responding to him or nothing. That be him. And of course, Drew's like, well, I wasn't trying to do nothing to you like that. I wasn't trying to be mean. I just mentioned him the one time, but I'm not trying to put that on you because, you know, obviously them two are dating. And she actually likes the man, like, you know. And so while she explained how much she likes the man, Shamia is over there kicking and cacking on the side like, well, dang, if he and K. Michelle do, she ain't gonna say nothing. Dang, she's gonna let that ride. Ooh, whoop. Which, I mean, she could, because K. Michelle said it wasn't nothing. But, you know, here's Shamia just being the way she is. Of course, Kay catches it. Okay? So Pinky come out the bathroom, and we're pretty much all kind of ready to go at this point. Like, let's get back to the house and, you know, go to bed or whatever. It's at this point, they go back to the house, take your clothes off, have one more drink or whatever, then they go to bed. Kay pulls Shamia to the side. And here she's like, what was that? Why are you over there talking about Drew while I'm over here talking to her? Like, girl, you being shady. And Shamia's just telling her that, well, Drew started it first. If she threw the dig, I'm going to throw it back. That's just all I'm doing. So Drew, as she walking out the door, now she mad because why Shamia talking to Kay? Why she ain't go talk to me? And I'm like, see, it's just starting a whole little thing, because then who mentions Portia? I think K. Michelle brought up Portia real quick to Shamia. And I think Cynthia, on the way into the Sprinter bus, she brought up Portia and Shamia. And Shamia's like, well, listen, guys, me and Portia is off limits. We not talking about it with y'all, and y'all can stop asking us about it. Let's focus on what y'all got going on. Me and Portia will handle our stuff behind the scenes, not on camera, or maybe at the reunion on the camera. I don't know how they want to play it, but they gonna figure it out. But it's not supposed to be for the group. It's just supposed to be for them. Which for me, girl, that's some BS, because y'all did all this. Well, y'all did most of it. Well, I don't know. Okay, y'all did some of it on camera, some of it off camera. So y'all gotta do some of it on camera. Okay? Alright, so, you know, I don't think this is where K. Michelle belongs. Like, maybe she should probably go back to Love and Hip Hop. Oops, sorry, they are canceled. Or, you know, remember she did have her own show? Go get your own show, child, with you and your man, and y'all do your thing. Have a baby, whatever, country music star, all by herself. Yeah, they go the next day's dinner or breakfast. Okay, everybody's coming down, you know, fresh day, everybody cool, good. Pinky feeling all better and everything, refreshed, you know, everybody cool. We're eating, we're discussing dinner, and K. Michelle comes down. And she's crying, right? And they're like, oh, she was wrong. What happened? You know, the safe space thing for her, this is not a safe space for her. She just basically telling the girls that somebody told her, which could have been a producer or a friend, you know, because whatever, that there was a plan in play for her to be taken down or whatever. Okay, it's a plot against her, and she already understand what was happening. She see the person, you know, you a low down dirty dog, and I got you, okay, because you think you gonna do something, but I'm 10 steps ahead of y'all. And they like, what the heck? What is going on? What is you talking about? And even Portia went right next to her and was like, yeah, just say it. Like, even if it's me. And, you know, I'm thinking like, well, girl, yeah, it is you. Because you didn't see her face. We was talking about them oysters. She turned her, like her nose turned all the way up. Like, you talking about, like, I could have swore that's how I was thinking. Like, she thought that maybe he was trying to say that she was being stinky or something, like the oysters. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah. So she does bring out in the confessional that, you know, we do know her past with dating people and all that stuff. And like I mentioned with the Mims hits thing, but I don't think this was about Mims. I think this was a Idris Elba thing or something else. But I'm like, did he really say that or did he not? Because I'm like, I don't think, he looked like a nice man. Why would he say some shit like that? But you never know these people in real life. But somebody who dated her in the past put out something and blah that say, yeah, them BBLs, everybody keeps saying them BBLs stink and this and this and that, and she stank and so that's where she getting at, but she not saying it to the group. Plus, she, Drew, well, she kind of already know about the black thing, like, well, I think I'm on the hit list, but it's somebody else here in the room that she just not saying. So the bone carrier, Angela, is like, well, what's going on? You gotta tell us, let us know. Shamia like, well, I mean, I might kind of know something, but I can't say nothing. And of course, Angela like, well, girl, just say it. Why you ain't gonna say it? Because if they told me in confidence, I'm not supposed to say nothing. Like, that's what real friends do, right? We hold secrets. So she not gonna say nothing. They asked in her confessional. She said, nope. They asked Kelly, because I guess Kelly might have been there in the conversation, and she said, and I don't even remember, I don't even know what y'all talking about. So they both gonna play dumb for the minute, but they actually know what's going on. But like I said, I think it's Portia, and Portia probably think it's her now, because she gonna eventually figure it out. But yeah, what the heck is going on? I don't think this is the right place for Kay. She might not come back next season. Now I'm gonna give a side note, and it's gonna be a compliment to Drew, because you're not really my favorite, but your confessionals child this season 17, I ain't gonna lie, from the first season to this season, she done stepped it up all the way. Like, whoever your stylist is, girl, you better keep them if you can. Well, after breakfast, basically the groups kind of split up here. We got Pinky, Shamia, Kelly, and K. Michelle outside discussing K. Michelle half, which is, she just don't trust what's going on, you know what I'm saying? And she just don't like how the other women is quietly shading her, and she just don't like it. So they out there discussing how they're discussing. On the inside, we got Angela, Drew, Phaedra, Portia, and Cynthia, trying to figure it all out. Like, what could it be? So they do a quick little internet search, and they find a tweet that Portia had put out right before she came down to dinner to say, all these girls, or whatever, it takes the group to plot on me and this and that. Like, if that's how y'all gonna play it, like, I got y'all. I see what y'all trying to do. Woo. So they're like, oh man, so what is it? Like, I can't believe she out there talking to the girls out there about it, but she won't talk to us about it. Like, what makes it unsafe? Like, what did we do? So they just, they're just so confused as to why this is happening. But Angela brings up, well, Shamia kept making them faces. Shamia be making them faces. What she do? They're a little bit different from Phaedra faces. To where actually some of them are kind of warranted. Like, you be like, okay. But either way, some of them do be a little bit exaggerated. And it's like, what's going on with her? So Angela brings up Portia. Like, I think it's between her and Portia. And she still, y'all need to fix it or something. So Portia didn't really take the bait here. Like, not really too much. But she just says, oh, so it's Shamia, instigating this situation. Keep egging it on. And, like, yeah, it's her. So maybe she the one that told K. Michelle that something's going on. Like, maybe it's her. Because it seemed like everybody that Shamia got a problem with, K. Michelle got a problem with. So could she be the one in her ear, putting it out there? So I don't know, but we'll have to see. And then who brought it up? Drew or Angela or something about Pinky saying that Phaedra be eating people or whatever. I mean, I believe she just said that out of spite, but of course we know that she ain't eating no goddamn people. But yeah, like she said, I pick them up, put them in the ground. So, the glam comes, and we are supposed to be getting dressed to get ready for this gala, right? But Shamia like, well, let me go and holler at them real quick. So she kind of called like a house meeting, and she like, I just want to kind of just clear up my name real quick because y'all over here saying that it's me that's causing all the problems and this and that. But it's not me. K. Michelle came to me with her issues, talking about how she was feeling and dealing. She didn't even tell me who the person was who said whatever it was that she's upset about. Okay? So I don't even know. But y'all over here plotting and scheming and saying it's all me, and it's not me. So K. Michelle, can you clear up my name and let them know? So K. Michelle like, well, yeah, it's not Shamia. It was, what I'm saying? What I got going on is somebody in the group saying little things here and there, thinking that I ain't hearing it or I ain't catching it. But I just want them to know that I hear it and I see you and I got you. Okay, and that's all that needs to be said, okay? So, of course, everybody like, whatever. And Portia's sitting right next to her, okay? So that's why I'm like, Portia eventually go catch on. I'm looking at her face and she like, yeah, it's like she got glasses on, but you can still kind of see like, okay. She sat back like, okay, whatever. Here we go. But yeah. So then she go back to Drew. And she like, and then the other person is Drew because you keep going around town telling people that I know black and all this stuff and I don't know that man. So they go basically in a back and forth argument all the way again because she just want Drew to just please keep my name out your mouth and with the same sentence as black because no, I don't know him. Just stop telling people that. And of course, Drew go back. I only brought it up once, which I believe it was twice because I feel like you told somebody first before you had said it at that event that y'all was at. I don't know why they didn't run the clip. I'm like, who was she talking to? Was it Angela? It was somebody at the table, I think. But either way, they about to go to blows because Drew kind of jumped up a little bit, and K. Michelle for her them fighting words because girl, you want to stand up. You want to stand up? Okay, girl. Well, listen. So Portia trying to hold her back. They trying to hold Drew back. And they like, no, we trying to get dressed and go this and this and that. Why is we arguing over this black dude? Like, this is crazy. But like I said, it's because I guess it's just the intention, or not the intention. What's the word? Incarnation, incarnation. Where she just don't want nobody thinking that this is a true type of thing. Like I'm married now. I don't need people to thinking that I got people, I'm trying to date people. And then when it comes to Portia and all this stuff about, men putting rumors out on me and telling this and all that after we break up, like stuff like that. Like, I don't need y'all to be coming at me with the bull. So they basically about to go to blows now. Woo, child. So, of course, Kay and Drew slink, because Drew like, well, if you want to go low, then I can go low. So she trying to talk about her country music or ain't going nowhere, I guess. And Kay like, listen, you better not be throwing nothing at me because you got a whole man in your basement you got to deal with first, okay? And music, let's not even talk about music. So they ended up like, okay, we're going to stop because we got to get dressed, right? Portia, oh, no, I got one more thing to say. So Shamia, you was the one, bring the whole Shamia situation back up of how she was feeling about the girls talking about her or whatever. And she like, yeah, because y'all in there plotting and saying that it was me who did all the stuff. And like, literally, we just went through this. So Angela like, well, it was me. She admitted it was me. I'm the one that said that you the one that was starting all the stuff because you and Portia ain't talked or whatever, and that's why you know coming at us. So can y'all stop talking about it, or can you stop bringing it up? And she be like, no, you the one that brought it up, like, and I appreciate if you just stop. So here they go back and forth, like, blah, blah, blah. I can say whatever about you, and I can say a whole bunch about you. So Angela basically breaks it down and say, well, Shamia just mad because she thinks that I'm the one that broke up their friendship between her and Portia. And I'm like, you really think it's you? You really think it's you? Like, I didn't even put that to my mind. Like, we know that Drew was, you know, whatever, her little 2 cents made Shamia mad, obviously, but what? So Shamia just basically calling Angela messy, you messy, and whatever. They going back and forth, and Cynthia is sitting there like, this, you know, it's her trip, and I got this gala. It's all nice set up, real nice, and these ladies is just sitting here arguing. We're supposed to be getting dressed. Like, what is going on here? Like, I could just go by myself. Which I was just telling her, like, why is she even sitting there? I would have been like, listen, y'all can do your arguing stuff, but I gotta go get dressed. And I would have left. I'm sure after that one, you know, everybody would have followed suit. But, you know, maybe the nosy ones would have stuck around, but they would have followed suit. Just go. But see, you kind of want them to argue this out now so that they don't get to the gala in front of all these good white folks and mess it up. So Cynthia hooked the girls up. So while they all getting dressed and stuff, she called the jeweler, which we should have got his name, okay? And he came to deliver all the expensive jewelry for the ladies to borrow for the night, of course. And the guy who's going to be the business partner of the tequila, and he's supposed to be helping her, making sure that the whole gala goes just fine. So, while they getting dressed and all this stuff, Drew out of nowhere is like, I'm gonna be late, which obviously you is, because girl, everybody is already dressed and downstairs. You still getting makeup done. Talking about she got a headache and she just wanted to apologize for jumping out of character with K. Michelle down there, because, you know, that just wasn't her. So, you know, she gonna be just a little bit late. Let her take, you know, a Tylenol or something, and she'll meet y'all there. And, you know, Kay, girl, just for eating her up this whole episode, all the reads that you look. And I was like, Phaedra, you did mention she from Memphis, right? Yep, Quad from Memphis, too. And you know Quad can definitely let you know, read a book. Okay, and we ain't talking about a regular old story book, okay? She gonna throw the encyclopedia at you. Oh yeah, and a police escort. That's kind of cool. So at least they can get there on time, or, you know, with no mishaps, especially with all this money on the bus. On their way to the event, it is raining, okay? And it's not just no little rain. It's a storm a-coming. And this event was supposed to be outside, okay? Like, everything was set up nice and cute and stuff. But now they got to pivot because technically, you know, we're not going to cancel everybody on their way. We'll just have to bring it all on the inside. And we just have to make it do what it do. So, we end the show with the gala, okay? So, all the ladies get there. And you know, the rain, it didn't stop no show, okay? They had to move it on the inside, but it was still a nice little, it was a great little mansion, very, very Dynasty style, very, very Dallas. Decorations was good. Then, you know, Anita was her, I think, coordinator or something like that for the planning of the party. She fixed it all, and the little business partner dude, he handled it just fine. So, a good crowd. You know, she invited enough people there. And they turned up, like, literally. They did a little, you know, photo op moments. Everybody coming down their outfits. Cynthia did a little crown sash moment, like, ooh, should be Miss Tequila. Everybody, you know, I'm going to go to each girl and, you know, give the biggest applause to whoever, you know, like, woo, Portia, woo, Phaedra, woo. So she ended up just giving it to all the ladies can share, take pictures, whoop, whoop, whoop. And like I said, they turned up, okay? Cool old house party, getting down, getting down. And Drew is still getting ready, okay? So they putting a timestamp on here. Let me say they started, I think, at like the 9 o'clock, or was it 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock? I can't remember what time they started now, I forgot. But either way, it was an hour from the house to get to the party. So I think she might have forgot to put that into mind. She was 3 hours getting ready. By the time she got to the party, walking in the door, they were literally walking out. So she done missed the whole thing. It's like literally, you spent all that time getting all cute and booting for nothing. You did end up taking a little shot. You got to walk around, look at the house and see, a couple people still was there, whatever, but it was cleanup time. And yeah, you missed it. So boo-hoo to you. Cynthia, she ends the episode with her closing remarks and just to say, it wasn't, the trip didn't really go as planned as she, wanted to be, but it went. And, at least everybody survived. But now we kind of know where we got some beefs going, which will be K. Michelle versus Drew. Question mark on who K. Michelle talking about, which we know is Portia. Pinky versus let's say Pinky Doll. Whoops, wrong show. Pinky versus Angela beef. Portia versus Kelly. I mean, listen, we're gonna get back to Atlanta and we're gonna see how the rest of this ride. But this was okay episode, not too bad. It was, for some reason, felt really, really long. But other than that, kudos. Thanks for watching. This is Housewives of Atlanta, and Dallas trip is over. Bye.